When you reject the relationship actually persists. When you reject the friendship persists. And I'm talking more like the friend zone. Let's say that you're meeting up with your romantic interests family. You're already established and known as friends, but there is a connection between you. And you visit the family. And let's say you're going to take a photo together. Now, it's not official per se that you're in a relationship. You're still together, but you're just friends, right? Now, if you try to cuddle up and take a photo together, and you try putting your arm around your romantic interest, trying to touch them, looking back at that photo, you'll probably have a conversation talking about how awkward that was and how uncomfortable that felt. This is you, in a sense, resisting the relationship. And this is actually a good thing. You definitely don't want to be butthurt if this discussion is this way, because of course it's supposed to be uncomfortable when you're doing a touch, when you're getting more physical in front of your romantic interest family, or vice versa. And looking at an example like this, where the taking of a family photo together, when you're just friends technically, you're not even an official partnership yet, actually demonstrates how awesome it is to just be friends, to just remain friends, because from that position, you're able to resist the relationship. You're able to resist the relationship. Even if it's kind of cringy, you're like, oh, you're cringing at the relationship. You're kind of, because the more you do that, you're more likely going to be in a relationship. If someone who you are romantically interested in pulls away or feels this way quite regularly, it's possible that there's an antithesis developing here, where they themselves actually hold a lot of strong emotions and they don't want to show it, and it's cringe, and they push themselves far away from it even though they secretly want it. It really does depend on how well you handle yourself. Do you take on rejection fairly okay, or do you try to manipulate, twist the other party, make them feel guilty, as in like you are angry with them for not being on the same page with you, like you're kind of overly abusive. So if you're kind of like that, then they're probably more likely to, they're still going to pull back, and they'll wish that you were different. And this is kind of what some people get hooked on. Now, if you're in a relationship by any means, and you resist the friendship, any type of idea where the relationship's not in the picture, then whatever that is, it's going to come into fruition more than likely, because you keep resisting it, you keep resisting it. You keep resisting the idea that you have to be separated. You keep resisting the idea that you can't literally be apart physically, emotionally. You can't live with the idea that you can't live without them, type of thing. And because you kind of keep resisting that, then that is more than likely going to come into fruition. And if you're from the friendship state, or just friends, it's the most easiest position to develop a relationship. And here's another thing, right? If there was no resistance, this would actually be a really bad thing, because it'd be similar to a girl literally saying yes to any man, every man, and vice versa, right? Because if there's no resistance, then there's no opportunity to overcome that resistance. A woman can't test a man to see his emotional integrity. How can he test his emotional integrity if there's no playing field to test it? Essentially, if there's no resistance, it would suggest the lack of boundaries. And another psychological factor to take into consideration is easy come, easy go. If it's not challenging for us to obtain, and if it just comes to us, then we don't really value it as much. But if we have to put in some effort, some challenge, then we value the thing a lot more. So really, if someone has a sign on their shoulders saying free hugs, of course no one's going to want to do that in real life.